Welcome to LiveCompare tutorials. In this session, I'll walk you through the steps in creating a workflow. Log into LiveCompare with editor access. Now the first steps are to create a workspace and then create a workflow. Right-click on workspaces, choose create, and give it your name. Now expand your workspaces. Right-click on workflows, choose new workflow. Call this one 1.01. Here I like to hide my Model Explorer on the left. That way I have more screen real estate. Now click on this icon here. This is your component palette. And this is the inventory of all the actions that make up all of our workflows. Now, the purpose of these tutorials is to introduce you to some of the most popular actions we have. I'm not going to cover all of them, but just the most popular ones. So the first action is called read performance history data. And I'm utilizing the search here. So drag and drop the read performance history data action onto your canvas. On the right-hand side is where we can define the parameters and outputs, which are called data set results from each action. So the first thing you want to do is add a Rfc destination. So click on this little drop down here and select new Rfc destination. And then for the result, we want to grab the user stats. So click on this drop down and select new table. Now when you click on a box on your canvas, you'll notice the property editor changes. So make sure there's a blue rim around your RFC destinations, and there's three ways we can edit this parameter. We can choose an RFC from here. We can right-click and choose it from here, edit RFC destination, or we can use the keyboard shortcut, which is F3. So for these tutorials, I'm going to stick with the keyboard shortcuts. So click on the RFC destination and click F3 on your keyboard, and then select an RFC that you want to read. Now click the Run button. And I see I have 742 rows in my user stats. Now you may have many more records, and at the top here, if you haven't changed your default, you're just displaying the first 1,000. To view all of the records, click on the Options icon and bump up your display to 50,000. Now about the results, the first column is the type. You see programs, T-codes at the very bottom. You may have what are called web applications. The next column is the name of the T-code that you're executing. So like VA01, the accounts that are executing that transaction, and how often. So let's say my objective is to find all of the accounts that are executing SU01. Okay, so close this window, and you can clear out your search by clicking that X there. You can see all of my actions. The next action we're going to use is the execute SQL action. So click, drag, and drop it onto your canvas. Now the user stats are going to be the source of this execute SQL action. It's going to be this, these user stats are going to be the source one. So go over to your source one, click the drop down, and link it to your user statistics. And you notice there's a orange rim around the data set on your canvas when you hover over the one that you want to choose. For the output, click on the result drop down and select new table. Click F3 on your execute SQL action, insert row, and type in this statement. Click Save, And you can run this action only by clicking F8 on your keyboard. You can also run the action only by right-clicking on the action and choose the Run This Only option. Here are the 8 accounts that are executing SU01. If we go back to the SQL statement, perhaps you don't want to hard code the transaction and you want the end user to be able to enter any transaction they want to search for in their app. So here, instead of SU01, type in string1, click save, and then over in your property editor where it says string1, click on the drop down and select new string. And you can slide that over here. The way you update the string is in your property editor in this box right here. Click and then type in the transaction you would like to search for. Here is the one account executing VA01. The next action we want to use is the create HTML report. So click, drag, and drop the create HTML report onto your canvas. Let's make this result the source 1, for your create HTML report action. In your property editor, go to source 1, click the drop down, and link it to the results. A new report URL will be created. Click on the drop down, select new string, and then finally, let's give the report a name. And this is not an optional field. You have to give the report a name. You can click in this box here and just type in any name. Run the action. And here's the report. So this is done. We can now register this workflow as an app. Before we do that, let's change the label of this parameter. String1 may confuse the end user. So let's relabel it to enter T-code here. Also, Rfc Destination, some folks may not know what that means. I'll just put select SAP system. Okay. Notice the yellow diamond here. When you click save, that becomes a green circle indicating that you've saved your changes. Also, if you change anything, you can run an action or run the whole workflow, and it also runs it and saves it at the same time. So open your Model Explorer and right-click on your workflow and select Register as App. Here are the two available parameters. I'm going to bring both over to selected, meaning that the end user can change the system and change the T-code. If you want to lock down the system, you could bring it back over to available but not selected. And whatever you save the workflow as last, that's the default SAP system that would be analyzed. But I'm going to let the end user select any system they want to analyze and any T-code. Click Next. We're not going to add any widgets here, so click Next. The output will be the report URL. Click Next. You can give it a description here. My first workflow. Click Next, click Next. Choose a picture. Click Next. And you may not see any projects here, but I'm going to select no projects, next, and finish. Okay, now to see your workflow as an app, click on the apps icon. Select your new app. Create a new variant. Give your new variant a name. Click on the name. Enter a T-code. Click Save. And you can now run your variant. Refresh your page and view your results.